I'll take this in my hand because I sure don't want to be standing like this for the whole time. I'd like to thank Ms. Kiwala and her staff for organizing this. It's nice to see such a full house. And a chance for us to talk about not only hope, but help as well. The Vulnerable Sector Unit is attached to the Kingston Police Criminal Investigation Division. It's comprised of 4 detectives and myself. We're cross-trained in mental health and elder abuse issues. So you would normally think of, calling the police. I mean, the police do get involved when you're in crisis. That's pretty normal. People think, oh, I'll phone the police. Someone's having a bad day. We'll follow up on that as well. We'll deal with the crisis part of it. We'll deal with the crisis part of it, and our unit will follow up on that afterwards. So whether it's helping people, their families, or themselves, oftentimes the court system isn't really the right place for these people to be dealt with. They're not getting the help they need. Some cases, the courts are the way to get the help they need. They won't engage in the help themselves, and the courts are able to sort of help them along the way to make that decision. Our unit works, as we've seen today, with the presenters that are here and the long list of organizations that was on the screen earlier. There's a really rich base of organizations in the Kingston area for people to tap into. Dr. Malev was correct when he said, we found this too, as we got to know all these different organizations. One, we didn't know there was that many out there, and 2, there was a lot of miscommunication. One thing we are able to do on a case-by-case basis, though, is if it's not going to be dealt with through a court sort of thing, oftentimes maybe it's not even a police matter, but because we have so many community partners, we're able to sit them down and bring these people in and get these people the services that they need, get them hooked up with people that can help them. And in that way, they're having less contact with the police, whether it's down the road, or we're seeing some success there where people we were dealing with many times a week, now you hardly run across their names on a report anymore, which is nice to see. It means they're getting some supports in the community, and they're getting the help they need, the medications if that's what they needed, whether it's housing and things like that. So it's kind of a bit of a detachment, I guess, from what you would really think the police would be normally doing. You think of the police officer showing up in his police car, and where in the past perhaps the only thing we could do is take him to the hospital. Now we've got some other options thanks to our community partners, where we're able to look at each situation and say, well, maybe what else can we do for this person? Because we don't want to leave them without any help, especially in a time when maybe they need it the most. It's been a very good experience getting to know everybody. We thought we got to know just about everybody, and then you find another organization that we didn't realize was there. But we're able to reach out now and tap into their resources and their knowledge as well. And it's a good learning experience for us as well, because we have to know a lot of stuff, but it's always nice to have those resources if you have a question or you have a specific case. And we'll work with former Frontenac Mental Health and Addiction Services, now AD, MS, KFLA. I'm hoping you guys are going to come up with a better acronym. It's just easier to say. But we, just for an example, we work quite closely with them, and it's on their ACT team meetings every Wednesday. So if we come across a case, not necessarily a case where the person is in crisis right now, but maybe they're just starting to see an increase in police calls, or maybe they're coming across our radar a little bit more, we can go and say, are you guys dealing with this person? Yes, we are. And they can go out and see that person that day and check on them and make sure they're okay. And maybe they're getting near the end of their med cycle, or maybe something's wrong with their apartment, something's bothering them, so we can get that sorted out. And then they don't have to have the officers coming to their door later on. I think, like I said before, it's a good thing to see all these people here today. It is an area of of our city that seems to be, I guess, more prevalent or growing. I think maybe that's more to do with more people being able to recognize mental health and talk about it. And maybe the stigma is going away a little bit. There seems to be a lot more out there now, I think, than it used to be. And we're seeing that for sure. I'm sure there'll be questions. We'll be around the room afterwards, but thank you.